Hello everyone, my name is Kyle Spees, and I'm a program manager for Microsoft Teams devices. Today I'll be presenting to you an overview of Microsoft Teams device management, and I'm joined today by Sid Roy, a program manager for Microsoft Teams Rooms Managed Services, who will be discussing the managed service offering with Microsoft Teams Rooms devices. As you're aware, the workplace world is changing, and we are adjusting to a new reality. We are facing the need for people to be able to connect and collaborate from anywhere, and it's more important than ever to ensure people have the right tools to stay connected no matter their location. Microsoft offers a broad portfolio of devices spanning personal and shared spaces that enable high-quality, inclusive calling and meeting experiences as people connect and collaborate. In addition to the new and reimagined meeting experiences, we're also enhancing the device management experience for Teams devices. Microsoft provides you options to manage Microsoft Teams devices. You can choose to take on the management yourself, you can delegate management access to a partner, or you can pass the responsibility to Microsoft and have our team manage Teams Rooms devices on your behalf. For those of you who want to manage your own devices or delegate access to a partner, we have Teams Admin Center, a self-service toolset that allows IT admins to manage their Teams devices in one place. Using Teams Admin Center, you have access to a robust device management and health monitoring tools in a single location at no additional cost. In addition, you can securely delegate device management to your Microsoft partner, who can then administer and manage your Teams devices on your behalf. For those who wish to shift the management responsibility to Microsoft, we offer Microsoft Teams Rooms Managed Services, a cloud-based operations service managed by Microsoft experts. Sid will guide you through the details of this service later in the presentation. Let's take a look at the capabilities enabled for you in Teams Admin Center to manage your Teams devices. To enable an optimized experience to the specific needs of each organization, Teams admins have rich possibilities to craft a custom and granular experience for their organization's device management requirements. With Teams Admin Center device management, you can manage your devices in a simple, intuitive, and efficient manner. Teams Admin Center is the portal where you can manage your Teams devices in addition to the other Teams management work you are performing, enjoying the benefit of managing all Teams-related activity in one location. Until recently, our customers have only been able to manage their Teams phones and collaboration bars in Teams Admin Center. Recently, we added the ability for our customers to also manage their Microsoft Teams rooms. And we're also happy to announce that new Teams displays can also be managed within Teams Admin Center. Device management is enriched with powerful new features, allowing IT admins to simplify, customize, and automate Teams device management. With these new capabilities, not only can you now rely on Teams Admin Center to view your Teams devices, you can also perform all of the Teams device management tasks in a single location. We are empowering admins by surfacing the data and controls to enable proactive device management and consolidating all management settings, configurations, and troubleshooting to help admins manage your devices with greater granularity and efficiency. The Teams device management workflow is simple and intuitive. It starts by setting up your devices and entering the device credentials. After a successful initial login, the device will auto-enroll to Teams Admin Center. Then, using granular management to track and manage all of your device inventory, admins will be able to create and assign configuration profiles and remotely apply settings on devices. Admins can also view enrolled devices in organized views based on your organizational needs by scaling your management operations with custom tagging. Using filters and search to easily group devices, you'll be able to perform bulk actions such as device restarts and applying settings. Another important capability is the active device health monitoring, where admins can inspect the device health, which includes network connectivity, sign-in status, and connected peripherals for Teams rooms. Also, we've added additional alerting capabilities that can trigger a notification to an IT admin when an issue occurs. Admins will also be able to analyze call quality details in the Activity tab. Using the Activity tab, you can investigate and diagnose poor audio calls, which can provide insights into additional actions to improve quality. Teams Admin Center also provides various options to delegate admin access to manage devices. Both the Global Admin and Team Service Admin roles have the ability to manage Teams devices, and we are now announcing a new Teams Device Admin role. In addition, a customer now has the ability to delegate management to a Microsoft partner that will securely manage devices on a customer's behalf. Next, let's take a look at a few management scenarios for Teams devices. First is setting up a Teams device. After unboxing the device and plugging in the cables, power it on and sign in. Users will log in using their personal corporate Teams credentials or the resource account credentials assigned to the device. Once the device is signed in, people can start using it right away. And simultaneously, the device is automatically enrolled in Teams Admin Center, so administrators can begin managing it immediately. As you can see, enrolling Teams devices into Teams Admin Center requires no additional steps beyond providing the appropriate credentials for the device. Now, let's take a look at granular device management. In this view, admins can track and manage your organizational device inventory for a scaled management operation to ensure devices are always up to date and ready for use. Admins can organize their views using filters. They can look at the details for a specific device and then review the device health status. And admins can also adjust settings for a single device or multiple devices. In this example, we're editing a setting for a Microsoft Teams Rooms device. Admins can also perform and schedule tasks such as device restarts for one or multiple devices at a time. To help admins save time and efficiently roll out a fleet of devices, they can use the Teams Admin Center to perform bulk actions like applying device settings and restarting devices. Bulk tasks become more efficient with the new tagging capability. This feature provides admins with the option of assigning custom tags to devices in order to group them by categories such as department, location, or any other grouping context used in your organization. Tagging simplifies device management by granting admins the ability to filter devices by any tag or combination of tags. And then they can complete tasks for multiple devices at once, such as restarts or edit settings for many devices. Another great feature is the ability to review the call quality data for each device. In the Device Activity tab, admins can review the calls and meetings the device participated in, and can inspect and diagnose any call quality issues that may have occurred. Finally, I'd like to discuss a few new features we are bringing to Teams Admin Center. First is device management alerting. With device management alerting, admins can set up alerting conditions for your devices. If a device goes offline or is in an unhealthy state, an alert can be sent to a Teams channel of the admin's choosing. Also, we provide the ability to integrate these alerts through webhooks with ITSM providers. This feature can facilitate auto ticket generation and other features available through your ITSM provider of choice. Next, we have created a new admin role strictly to manage devices. The new Teams Device Admin role will have the ability to view and manage only the Devices section in Teams Admin Center. This allows global admins and Team Service admins to delegate device management to individuals without the concern of many individuals in the organization having access to all the Teams admin functions. What I've discussed thus far are features available to you to manage your devices through Teams Admin Center. If you choose to delegate your admin privileges to a Microsoft partner, that approved partner can now view and manage your Teams devices through Teams Admin Center using the same toolset on your behalf. This enables your approved Microsoft partners to continue to manage all your Microsoft 365 needs, including Teams device management. Now that we've discussed the tool sets and features available in Teams Admin Center for those who choose to manage the devices themselves, Sid will now discuss the Microsoft Teams Rooms Managed Services offering for those who wish to shift the device management responsibility to Microsoft experts.
Thanks, Kyle. Hi, everyone. I'm Sid. I'm a program manager on the Microsoft Team Rooms Managed Services team. Today, I'd like to give you an overview of the managed services. Before I get started, though, I wanted to share some updates. As you all are aware, in order to run meetings on shared devices, you need a Teams license. We have made some recent announcements regarding these licenses that I would like to reiterate. First, the meeting license that our customers are familiar with was previously called Meeting Room License and has now been rebranded as Microsoft Teams Rooms Standard. The next announcement is that we have introduced a brand new license for devices called Microsoft Teams Rooms Premium. Teams Rooms Premium includes everything in the standard license, but with additional premium features and more value. Now, both of these licenses include more than just management. They also include innovative in-room meeting capabilities. But for this session, we are focusing on the management side of these licenses. Specifically, we looked at new functionality in Teams Admin Center available as part of Teams Room Standard that Kyle just walked through. And now we'll look at one of the core components of the premium license. This is the newly launched Teams Room Managed Service that is included in the premium license. It has always been part of our philosophy at Microsoft to offer great management tools to customers so that they can have control and visibility into their IT environments. And this case is no different, as you have just heard about the great tools available in Teams Admin Center. But you also know some of our customers may not have the time, resources, or even the desire to manage these tools themselves. They would like to shift management responsibility to someone else so that they can focus on things that are of strategic value to their enterprises. The premium license comes with managed services that shifts operational responsibility of rooms off your hands to Microsoft. We want to meet you where you are at. Whether you like to leverage the great tools in the admin center or shift the operations to us. Whichever journey you are on, we would like to help you on that journey. Now, let us look at the key pieces of this managed service. Our expertise, your peace of mind, that really is the core value of this service. We are providing the peace of mind that we have got this for you. Now, I want to talk about these three elements of the service and how they work together to deliver that peace of mind. First, we have an intelligent system that is always learning, that constantly monitors all important signals from your rooms. It manages your rooms and even resolves certain issues automatically. In combination with this intelligent system, we have a team of dedicated service experts. They specialize in meeting rooms and devices. If you have an incident that cannot be resolved automatically, our experts will get involved. They will work remotely behind the scenes to investigate, identify a fix, and implement a quick resolution. Often, all before users even notice a problem. All of this is available 24/7, 365. Lastly, we have enhanced insights. Cloud service delivery for thousands of rooms across customers enables us to learn at scale. We are constantly learning over time. So when we detect patterns at an aggregate level from our customer network, we leverage this for each and every customer, both in the form of guidance and also updates to the intelligent system. So these three elements are designed to work together to bring you that peace of mind. Let us delve a little bit deeper into each of these some more. Intelligent operations. At the heart of intelligent operations is us monitoring your rooms for health 24/7, 365 proactively. We have built the most comprehensive visibility into room health that you could expect. Underpinning all of this is a dynamic portfolio of alerts and remediations. We are always monitoring thousands of rooms and learning about new issues every day. And once we learn of a particular type of incident and remediation from one customer, we quickly incorporate that into our portfolio. Finally, for some of this, we'll initiate automatic remediation even before your users notice it. So that is intelligent operations for you, a constantly learning system that is updated on a daily basis based on the signals that we get from operating thousands of rooms at scale across the most diverse set of devices. We do it so you do not have to. So anytime you are sending someone over to a room for an on-site remediation, you can be confident. Next, let's talk about another really important part of the managed services. So this is managed updates for managed services. So we know that proactive monitoring will detect problems, but we also know that many problems can be avoided by managing to a good state. By running every device in the room at known good versions of software firmware, we can be pretty secure that we'll reduce the number of problems that will ever come up. With managed updates, we want to manage each of your rooms and every device in that room to this known good state. In a typical room, you have a room device and different types of peripherals, potentially from multiple OEMs. And you have got to make sure that the software and the firmware on these devices are all up to date. They are all at recommended versions for the greatest room health. You can, of course, manage this yourself, or if you decided to take the managed service journey, you can leave that complexity to us. We take the layout of your operations by researching, verifying, deploying, and supporting these updates for each of your rooms. Bottom line, we take accountability for each of these updates working because every one of your rooms are important to us. So we manage the most important updates for your room so that you don't have to. This includes Microsoft Teams app updates, BIOS updates, firmware updates, Windows KB updates. At the same time, we want to provide you visibility and control so that your rooms work according to your expectations. If you choose to validate the updates in deployment rings for that extra confidence, you can do so. So today we manage updates for thousands of rooms. With our expertise, we can provide you peace of mind that your rooms are always ready. Your organization is making the most of the collaboration services every day. Next, I want to talk about one very important area of this managed service: dedicated experts. So what happens when you encounter an issue that is a little new? A while back, one of our customers had an issue with the camera dropping in the middle of calls. The issue was diagnosed, and finally it came down to a faulty cable installation. What if this happens? We get involved to troubleshoot right alongside by your on-site team and identify the solution working with our partners in the ecosystem. We'll advise you on any action you need to take. We are the experts so that you do not have to be. So what are some of the highlights of this area? We provide you incident diagnosis and guidance. We provide you automated assistance on common issues. For the times when you need help, we are always a direct escalation away from the management portal itself. And finally, we want to make sure your operations team is efficient with integration with ServiceNow so that they can see their task list right where they work. It is important to clarify, however, the managed service does not include on-site remediation. So if, for example, a cable needs to be plugged into the room, we will let on-site resources know what needs to be plugged in. For such cases, your operations team or operations vendor will need to physically go to the room. So we have talked about proactive monitoring. We have talked about managing to a good state. We have talked about the dedicated experts from Microsoft who will back you up for incident remediation and troubleshooting. Now, enhanced insights is about making things better on an ongoing basis. When you run a service, every month you are measuring yourself, every quarter you are looking back, and maybe every 6 months you are doing a budget refresh. So we want to arm you with all the reports and the insights that you might need for running this service without the legwork behind it, so that you can use your time on strategic initiatives for your enterprise. So that's the promise of enhanced insights. Now, we have talked about the service. What does this mean for you? We wanted to figure out what does it mean for you in terms of cost savings that we might bring to the table. Now, many customers don't actually track these costs in a very disciplined manner. However, we commissioned a study with one of our research vendors to find out, in general, what does it look like to operate rooms? What are the different tasks? And which part of these tasks can we alleviate completely, or we can reduce to a significant degree and see what is the impact on savings? So, for example, update management, troubleshooting, reporting, monitoring, we reduce it almost by 100% because of our comprehensive coverage. Now, you could therefore, what we have learned is that we could almost save $400 for you in some cases. Now, your cost savings might vary, your costs might vary, your operating structure might look different. So obviously, these numbers are representative. But in general, we could do a lot of savings for you. Next, I want to also sort of mention that as part of the managed service, our partners are going to be a very critical resource in ensuring that our customers get full spectrum support for all their needs. The rapid adoption of Microsoft Teams and the expected increase in demand for conference rooms represent a significant opportunity for partners to grow their business with all kinds of value-added services. What could those look like? Infrastructure assessment, device deployment, end-user training, on-site support, and lots more. And by adding all these value-added services to the capabilities included in the Microsoft Teams Standard and Premium, partners can provide customers with more complete solutions that address the full spectrum of their needs. So I've talked a lot about the managed service, but the demo should make this far more concrete in your mind. Your starting point is rooms.microsoft.com. Let's take a look at what it really looks like concretely to have this service running for you, so that you can get a sense that what your world might be, if you were using the managed service to run your rooms.
This is the portal for the managed service and the customer's window into the operations and actions being done on their behalf. The key difference between the managed service portal and the Teams Admin Center portal is who does the work. Because the managed service is leveraging service providers to run the operations, the managed service portal is designed for a managed service experience, where the customer is not necessarily taking actions, but more often is interacting with the managed service provider and looking at insights. Let's take a look at the view you get in the portal, starting with the home page. You can see that new features are highlighted here, as well as any advisories that IT should be aware of. You can also change the language the portal is in using this setting. This is the view for the incidents in this environment. At a glance, there are 5 active incidents. Here you can see a detailed view of what we monitor. Depending on which signal is down, it will render the room severity as either critical, important, or warning. In this example, it was a system detected issue. The bot icon here indicates that it was system detected. In this case, there was a sign-in failure. Below is a response from one of our service engineers, who is following up with more details after the system message and communicating that they have resolved the issue. What's key to note is that this is not just a portal where the customer can find information. They can learn what happened, have an interaction with our service operations, and see the status of the incident. In this example, there is a physical issue in the room. The camera is unplugged. You can see that it says here that it needs action. Either the customer or a partner that may be managing on the customer's behalf must visit the room to plug in the camera cable. Additionally, we have a report incident button for customers to report incidents directly to our team. Now let's take a look at reports. In this view, we show the most common tickets by category. By selecting a category, you can see which rooms had those issues. We also provide a 7, 30, and 90-day view of your incident history. We also provide a list of your most reliable rooms as well as your least reliable rooms based on incident trends. Lastly, let's take a look at managed updates. What we mean when we say managed updates is that we take accountability for these updates and work with our vendor partners. At the same time, we provide you the visibility and control so that your rooms are working according to your expectations. We take the legwork out of your operations by researching, verifying, deploying, and supporting updates for each of your rooms. Customers can set the rings and the details for how they would like their rings deployed, and we handle the rest. Today, we manage updates for thousands of rooms.
So hopefully, the demo gave you a very concrete sense of what the managed service is all about. We are releasing new updates every month, so I want to share some upcoming feature releases as well. We have talked about how important managed updates is for having your rooms run every day flawlessly. We have always wanted to address the entire software stack in the room, and so we have expanded our updates portfolio to include firmware, Windows KBs, which some of you know are more complicated than other updates. A new mobile app is soon going to be available for you to stay in control, off on the go. Inventory management for room devices and peripherals is shortly coming up as well. In order to have your rooms running in perfect health, you need to have a very good sense of what your devices and peripherals in each of these rooms are and what change management has happened on them. We aim to enable this with a comprehensive inventory management experience. Another very exciting feature that we are working on and we expect to deliver soon is security threat protection via Microsoft Defender Advanced Threat Protection. We have added this since we know that many of you are worried about security of devices, and we want to make sure that you don't have to spend energies in order to get that protection yourself. We'll take care of it for you. We also know that you have multiple sites with different levels of IT in each of these sites and vendors working in some of these sites. To ensure that your organization can operate with security, we have added granular role-based access control. And that's the Microsoft managed service that is included in Microsoft Team Rooms Premium license. It shifts the management burden to Microsoft so you can have peace of mind. If you're looking to free up your IT resources to focus on strategic value for the enterprise, then head over to Microsoft, to rooms.microsoft.com to try your purchase. So that's all for today's topic. You will hear from us much more as we continue to enhance our management capabilities. We invite you to learn more. From a resource perspective, we offer 3 great channels to go deeper. One is Microsoft Learn, where you can explore topics through guided learning path, modules, and interactive guides. The second is a hub of all Ignite sessions. And the third is our Tech Community channel, where you can engage in how-to discussions and share best practices with other IT pros. That's it for today. On behalf of Kyle and myself, we thank you for joining this session and listening to this overview of the management capabilities that are available in Teams Admin Center as part of Microsoft Team Rooms Standard, as well as the new managed service that is available as part of the Microsoft Team Rooms Premium. And we hope to see you trialing and purchasing these licenses. Thank you.